Hey guys, it's me. I am checking in with you. I just finished doing my shred in 30, day 5 of level 2, and today went really well. I did everything again today, and I even pushed myself to do at the very end, in the middle, to do the cardio section where it is the plank jumping jacks. So I did quite a few of regular plank jumping jacks as opposed to the low impact version, and I feel pretty good. I did not have a lot of energy today. I have definitely a boost after this workout, but I don't think I sweat this much. I don't ever remember sweating this much, quite honestly. Was really, really pushing myself as hard as I could today. I think because I was tired and I was feeling like, oh my gosh, I just want to lay down in bed and go to sleep right now. But I wanted to get up and I wanted to do my workout. And like I said, I've been really trying to push against that habit of just being like, oh, I'm not going to do it today, I could do it tomorrow, or oh, it's okay if I rest today, and so I'm really trying to go opposite of what I would have done before and create new habits. I did read quite a bit of The Dieter's Companion by Diane Hanson, Dr. Diane Hanson, and yeah, on the bus I read quite a lot, and it talked a lot about fears and fears as far as weight loss is concerned. Now, some of the things that I read, I honestly think that maybe for somebody who's still preparing to get into working out and get into making a lifestyle change and kind of going through those barriers, but I still found it somewhat beneficial to think about a moment some fears that I might have. I mean, as far as the skin, as far as intimate relationships again, if it does happen, and, will I be okay, or will I, right now I feel like I would be okay because I feel like I talked about last night, I had some of the detachment and those high expectations and all that stuff surrounding relationships and let go of those ties from childhood as far as, being unlovable and things like that was said. So I think that right now I feel like I'd be okay, but still, occasionally it creeps in, will I get distracted, or, will the things that I'm working on now be able to compete with the old habit of using food, because I'm working on building up new habits. Like if I feel like I'm not exercising, I'm going to do it anyway, and not only am I going to do it anyway, I'm going to push myself harder than I, ever would, even on a day when I felt like doing it, because, do the opposite of what I would do, which is to not do it at all. I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to push myself really hard, or, if I'm hungry and I feel like eating, to stuff a feeling down, I'm just going to sit and be with that feeling and be with that emotion and feel it and see if I can jot down ways to deal with it and deal with it directly. Spent almost a lifetime shoving emotions down and not dealing with things, and it's not something that I want to continue doing, for any more of my life. I'm almost 34.
Oh my
So
God.
I don't want to, do that anymore. So it talked a lot about fears, like I said, and and things that may stop us from succeeding or getting close to succeeding, and then stopping ourselves or falling back or something like that. So it's a good chapter, and there are definitely things that I underlined that spoke to me. So yeah, what are some of your fears? What are reasons that you may succeed for a short time and then go back to old habits? Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of skin, fear of opinions of others. What are some things that hold you back, and what are some ways that you can battle those things? How can you create a stronger urge to succeed than to continue in the same pattern? How can you make it more beneficial to succeed than to stay, where you are? Or to keep going up and down in this roller coaster fashion. So there are definitely parts that I've read that I think fit me, and then a lot of things I think that I've already kind of mentally done over the past couple of years before I even truly committed to this second journey. It talks a lot about motivation, affirmations, focusing on your vision of success again. So it's good reading. As far as food, honestly, not great. I mean, if it was like, it'd be kind of like if I were on Survivor or something and I had very, very little to eat, and then I pushed myself, and I know that is so wrong, and I am saying it now. I was wrong today with food, and I'm being honest about it, because how can I really work towards change if I'm not honest with myself, and if I'm not honest when I put myself up on a video trying to help people who may be in the same situation as me? I had a few handfuls of nuts, I had a couple of eggs, I had some tuna fish, and that's about it. I planned on making this meal and bringing it to work with me, and then my eggs didn't cool down on time, and then so I didn't have time to get everything ready before I made it to the bus, and blah blah, excuse. Bottom line, I wasn't prepared. I didn't eat enough. I know I did not get enough nutrients today, and that's something that, again, I've always said is a challenge, me preparing my meals. Actually, in the book, there's this little, she called it like the medicine cabinet of, the obstacles. And one of my obstacles is making sure that I plan my meals and making sure that I have everything ready to where I don't have to think about it. So that is still something that I am in the process of correcting. Something else that was talked about in the book today was how a balance in life. It was how we have multiple selves. We have our personal self, we have our recreational self, our family self, our work self, our spiritual selves, our like creative selves, like all these different things, and how we can work to create goals in all of those areas so that our lives are more balanced. And she does say in there how sometimes, depending, some aspects of life of ourselves, take a higher priority than others. Some need more work, some need less work, and so there's always this kind of shifting thing. But for the most part, are we balancing our lives, or are we only obsessed with one part of life that it's to the detriment of our health, detriment of our, diet, exercise, or family, or job, and so that's something that I want to work on next. And I think that's really important. Balance is something that is so important for me to have, and an example of that would be when I first started working where I'm at. I had really late hours and a really long bus ride, and so not getting home until 10:30 at night. I'm a single parent, and not having that balance made me sick to my stomach, like physically ill, sick, stressed, guilty, just horrible feeling at people thinking I need to sacrifice my child for the sake of their business, instead of working with me to where I can be a valuable employee by giving my all, because you're willing to see that I also need to give my all in this very important part of my life, which is being a parent. So that, not having that balance made me ill, and there are certain other balances in our lives, that can also make us sick, or emotionally upset and things like that. So physically sick, emotionally upset. So balance is really important. So I'm going to take that lesson to heart, and I'm really going to sit down and I'm really going to come up with, some, short-term goals and some long-term goals and some little baby steps that I can take in all these different aspects of my life to recreate balance, you know. So again, I hope you all had a good night and, work towards your goals. And yeah, I will post again tomorrow. Have a good night.